Sunshine Monet, ayy. With the affirmations to enjoy your day with. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The netters are my battery. I got my discipline. My source comes from within. Root chakra grounded in the cosmos so infinite. Nagas through my veins. Currencies flow through ligaments. Another netta instrument. Manifest me dividends. I'm on my mastery. Self-doubt is blasphemy. I'm the God I ask for me. Connected to my astral dream. I summon other beings. All facets of me. Magician carve my meaning. My purpose is the alchemy. I am numero uno, Raishi on my mind, lion's mane, big on sumo, Babalao aligned with Pluto. We kick back like we judo, karma licks back with Pluto. Heart on a feather, that represents my new growth, trusting me is crucial. The God in me a do show, I'm bigger than your economics, politics, and Google. My omnipresence is the true show, all the world is stage. Allow my authentic self to be the sage, fumigating parasites all up in my space. Cause I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than indoctrinations. Naga's rising cavalry. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than the situation. Nettas are my battery. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The nettas are my battery.
You already know the vibes. It's Naga. You don't get a chance to come in and listen to the live stream. Make sure you get a chance to watch the playback. All information is in the description and on the screen. Title tonight is Naga's Thoughts, What It Means to Do Greater Things. See, it took a long time to set the precedent of understanding of you being a worldly individual. It took a long time to put that into your system. Through all of the rises and falls of different societies and cultures and particular rulerships and values, it took a long time to instill the worldly way of being into your culture, into your being, into you as an individual. It took a long time to get that deep inside of you to where only thing you thought about was the materialistic value of nothing. Short it was in a simple particular time, a little bit of motivation, it got you right where you needed to be. But ultimately it was spoke in prophecy that you would do greater things. You would do greater things than the circumstance. You would overcome the value of what miracles may seem like. And why was that even a particular conversational piece? Why was that an understanding? Well, lack thereof to the particular minds. They couldn't see the depths of the plan. They couldn't see the outcome of how far the plan would go, and they couldn't see the start and finish of the world that they lived in. They was trapped in the middle of it. They was like, man, what would be the understanding to this? If you're born into that understanding, you don't see nothing but what you are born into, right? So it was spoken, it was prophesied that you would do greater things. Well, once you understood that the fight wasn't yours and the system was controlling you and the things that was controlling you had nothing to do with your natural order of things, you automatically would fall back into something else, something unknown to you, something that just wasn't what the system was about. You started walking away from the system. You fought for that. You said, no, I will not be controlled by nothing. It's not important. You found ways to multiply values within the skills and the gifts that are given to you by the universal pretense of the Almighty. And you took those skills and you put them to work, cross-breeding them with natural essences of things, the natural aspect of things, the natural order of things, and you were able to supply. That supply became unconditional love that you made sure sustainability started taking place. Out of the light of your actions, it started growing, and people was beckoned to the call to understand that they can do the same. The action of understanding of the possibilities of greatness started becoming a normal norm. This is what I'm speaking at to the future. This is not now, but it's soon to come. There's soon to be a day when the dollar value is not important. There's soon to be a day where shopping centers are not toppled with price tags, and the stoves are full, and simmering pots are overflowing to where everybody can have clothes is clothes, and materialistic value is something that we feel unconditional love to pass upon to people to give this, and greed starts to fade away. The act of wanting more than what you have starts to go away. Just to be apart seems to be sustaining. The time to where people don't have to say, I don't have, or I'm not going because I don't have nowhere to go. Those times are going to an end. There will be a place for everybody to be. There will be a plate for everybody to eat. There will be clothes to go on everyone's back. There will be smiles on everyone's faces. The work that you put in will be served, and it would cost unconditional love within the service, but you'll also have something to offer. There won't be few and far between where it's only a few and far between that is putting this energy in. Everybody will have something to do because the greatness in everyone will shine through. This is what it means to do greater things. Instead of having shadow places where people hide because they feel they don't have a place in this world, you will be illuminated to have service. And your service will feel as if you're having payment just to be a part of things. Your home being built while your home is being built while you are cooking on the stove or making clothes or even being a part of the workship. Every option has a position for someone to play. There will never be a hierarchy. There'll only be the arcs that we stand together to build the bridges so we can connect to another set of people. It gets deep in the concept of understanding how much the concept can actually be. Manipulation plays the heaviest role. You have to lie, cheat, steal, hide, say lesser. This is the world that we live in today. I have to make sure I get my part. I have to make sure it's about me. This is the world we live in today. Hold on a second. But since everybody puts their energy into someone else's plan, a plan can't be created by some other people at this point in life. Your plan can't be established and worked on. You can't have a place to sit to develop unless you have something to offer. There will be a time when everybody has something to offer. There will be a place where you can sit and your thoughts will be respected and that value. Your greater things will be done. It will be done. You will have the time and the opportunity to do more greater things. They won't be the things that will exist that will take away from the minds of man. There won't be so much alcohol to where a mind is inebriated and it can't think for itself. There won't be so many drugs to where a person won't care to think for themselves. There won't be creeps and creepy thoughts and hidden agendas behind shadows. There won't be these days all the time. There will be light in all these places, and you will be able to be the best version of yourself. This is a time to come. We will do greater things, and this is what it means to do greater things. Ultimately, people have a different understanding when it shines to the value of what greater things may possibly be. But ultimately, the greater things that you will do has to have the time and a place so there can be that. So right now, we have a fear of one person walking down the street in the alleyway, not knowing the outcome. We pray that that person makes it home safe. There will be a day when that fear doesn't have to be of value. There will be a day where you don't have to worry. There will be a time where all your thoughts, all your efforts are respected by everybody in its own value. There will be a day when you get an opportunity to put more than just a particular understanding to a circumstance. You have to play a major role, and that role will have love as its payment, not a creation or a barter system of trade. Your trade will be the effort you put in. You need a house, I need to eat. You need clothes, I need the seasonings to make the food. We need the materials to build. Everybody has to play a role. There will be a time where the greater things will occupy the value of who we are as people, and sustainability will be its outcome. And this is the time we're going to. This is what it means to do greater things. But right now, we can't see that. It's self-serving in this world, and I understand why. Because the world itself, the system itself, self-serves. So as long as we're attached to the system, then we have to keep putting into the system. It is self-served. That is what they call economics. But ultimately, every single individual on the face of the earth has gifts. You have light. You shouldn't have to be worrying about the fight. You shouldn't have to deal with the negative aspect of the manipulation and the confusion. That is not your issue. You should turn away from that just like you turn away from things that may hinder your life. And if you know these things don't serve no purpose, if you know these things don't have the value, why do we accept them so easily? How do we draw to them so easily? We're so quick to pick up a weapon and hurt something that we had nothing to do with creation. This is the world we live in. But you will do greater things, and this is what it means to do greater things. There will be a time where hold on a second. There will be a time where you don't get a chance to bury your thoughts. You don't have to hide because of the actions that you were forced to be. You're not going to have the pains that you had to carry since you was a child. Those days are going to be gone. You'll get a chance to grow from your innocent spot, just like a tree growing from a seed. With the only push and pull in your life is the structure of giving you growth to where your love has an outburst and it has a flower tip, to where your compassion and your innocence becomes the light in the forthgoing thoughts that you have in your mind. That will be a day to come. And these days, we got to put those things down to become other people, to become other things. We run from these understandings because this world has its own understanding. The system is self-served. There won't be the 7 deadly sins. There'll be the 7 overwhelming creation of value and wins. There'll be processes that only serve this earth and the people. conducive growth, conducive connectivity. Instead of making sure that you don't care when they walk away, you'll make sure when they walk away that you care. Instead of feeling comfortable when you separate, you won't feel comfortable when you separate. Everything will get turned around backwards and it'll feel right. There won't be no confusion then. Instead of having someone strive and you look at the side, no, you will cheer them on when they strive. It'll be every word and every thought. It'll beckon a call to bring out the best in everyone, which will spark anew every single dawning day. These are times that's going to come. That's what it means to do greater things. Whether or not the world can see this understanding or have a perplexity to look past the system that holds us down or keeps us in chains at bay, just to have self-service, what wraps his tentacles around our necks and hold us to the surface of economic value, keeps your heart cold, make you feel comfortable just to be alone. Those times and those chains will be broken, and every connection will feel like home. There'll be a day, there'll be a time where you don't have to carry the last 50 years in your heart, the last 60 years of pain that you might have dealt with because you had to relive the thoughts of the things that happened to you as a child. Those days will go away. Your children will have to have that understanding because your unconditional love and your fortuitiveness to see them grow to the greatest value of who they are. That'll be the days we live. Some people will hear this and say, that's how I live now. We're not talking about just you. Because if it's good for you, it should be good for everyone. And how selfish can some be just to live in the corner of their world, self-serving themselves to say, well, at least we got it. Who made it so easy for you to live in a world of confusion? I'm not satisfied if everyone can be. So why are you so happy in your skin? You don't have no compassion, no empathy. Well, I forgot you lock your doors at night and close your windows tight. Wrap your legs around your woman and squeeze her because that's yours. Check on your kids and make sure that they're in the house in bed. That's all you have for yourself, but you're created in the same creational value that divine created everything. So that just means you're selfish. Self-serving. I'll make myself some ice cream. I'll add chocolate and marshmallows and bananas and whatever comes with that. Split. Because you literally split yourself away from the understanding of all life. Smash a bug on the window. Kick a cat out the way. Blow your horn at a dog that's starving. Run over animals that get in your way. You don't have time to pay attention because it's about you. The sum of the bodies that you've laid with, the relationships that you have been through, you get older and you understand that you don't want to do this love thing no more, like you have a choice. This life has twisted us up in so many different ways, we don't even know how to get out of it. This is the world we live in, and we see nothing wrong with it. You will do greater things. The greater things that you'll do, it will oversee and overcome the value of this world. It will knock down the walls of oppression through the values that we create for ourselves. This is where we're at in this world. The fear that you have to look things in the eyes to say, well, you know what? I caused it pain. In the same breath, I can lift it up and remove that. That's when we start to change. the band-aids that are placed, the deep hugs and forgiveness that is given, the retrospective standing on the value. Put a brick under your feet and stand up and say it loud. I'm only flesh made, but I'm strong enough to recreate this value. I want to be the image of what's right. How do you look for someone to do it before you choose it for yourself? This is a wave that we're creating, a value of understanding, retrospective respect. Knowing that I know another individual is living in this world of economic value and pain has set apart to their value of living. I see everything that strives for some level of greatness in this system as pain that they're fighting through. It's not a such thing as work for someone. That is not even real. That's torture. Your value is universal. You are a child of divine. How dare they put you through this world of a system of things? How dare they? The audacity to put your life through so many things, to make you hurt your other divine beings. The audacity of the creator of this system of things. We will do greater things. We will overcome. We will mathematically see this system as what it's not and break it down to its finest increment and rebuild a structure to where you are free in all ways, to where there is no blame upon things that might have happened in the old. You just set the new by emotion of how you move. You choose it. You choose to be greater, and this is what it means to do greater things. You are not wrong. You're tortured. You're enslaved. But you don't see this. So you fight, and you keep fighting as you're in this valley of the shadow of death, and you keep playing a role because you see that in this valley, it's playing a role against you. I understand. I overstand. I understand. But you can't let it make the character that you be. You have to stand over these things and recreate yourself so the whole world can see. Peace, Queen. You have to be the image of what's great to come by understanding that we are all in the same box. It's not to be of a blame, it's to stop it from having that as a retrospective conversation. These are walls and buildings that we're going to knock down without a sound. There won't be no clouds of smoke, building breaking and stones falling on people. When this destruction come, it'll be silent. It'll be silent. We just won't be a part of the system no more. We just won't play the game. But we'll hold everybody up. We will create new chains that lift up the surface of the earth in a way to where we build ladders all the way back to the heavens, if that's a thing. Heavenly aspiration to the value of whatever you want to be creating, as long as it's serving us in all of our greatness. Give me something to have aspiration. Be the image of where I can be going. Where are we facing? Are we going down? Are we going up? Well, let me start to make the path. I'll stand on these briars while you step over them. That'll be my first creation. When does the pain stop? When we choose it to. But I feel so much of it. Don't choose to. We rewrite the stories. And these stories, I tell you who's the enemy or who's the bad guy. Well, I don't have to say there's an enemy or a bad guy, do I? But the story's not fun. That means you're addicted to one. Let me clear you of your addiction. and show you that this image will give you grace and growth for the rest of your life. Never ending, never ending, everlasting. We're going to change the process. It's what it means to do greater things. Don't let somebody show you what's great. Don't let them take this idea and say, yeah, we get it. Hey, this is what we're going to do. Nah, fuck that. You can't tell me how great I can be. You can't put a paper in my hand and make me feel great. You can't put me in a building. You can't put me in front of a crowd. I just got to be that. And my loud might not even make a sound. It was so loud it was felt. See, that's the difference in the understanding. What are you saying? Why are you even speaking? See, we get too much time to speak and not enough time to act because there's so many things in front of that. So many things I got to do before I get to that. So many thoughts that's going through my mind, I can't focus on what's real. What's real is how I felt when it first hit, but then it kind of fades away, just like a high. So now you're chasing it again. Only when it's gone is when it's important, right? So there's no compassion to what you got to stand up for and fight. You say, I'd rather tell you I kick your ass if you don't listen to me. See how twisted they got our minds, and you supposed to be showing love, but then in your world, that's hard living. Because that's just how we got to teach them. We got to teach them hard. That's some bullshit. It's going to take time, but we all going to be the image of what that looks like. As a collective body, individually broken to pieces, we all got a role to play. And I bet through your perception, you can do it another way. I'm just waiting to see all the greatness that comes out of all of us. The image of. Put down the burdens of trying to be something that you're not. Put down the burdens of trying to be a divine being. It's not your fight. I know I'm a part of divine, though. In full totality, I will always be a part of the divine. That's my creator. But for me to stand in the image of that battle that they're doing, for me to be confused of what side that I should be on is not my understanding. I'm supposed to be doing greater things. See, that tone, that term that was spoken in this time was spoken because they was already so deep into this mess. And the ones that was born into it couldn't see where it started and didn't know where it was going to end. So they had to say one day they will do greater things. And they started doing so many other greater things in the minds of an understanding that showed more destruction in false images of greatness. People that had financial value through the roof and never did nothing for you personally, but would show you someone that they choose that they did something for you personally just to give you heartfelt understanding. And now you're wishing, just like a person wishing that they can have that first hit again, that high. Oh, I hope one day that's me that they do that greatness for, when you just sit there on the floor and it never happens. This is the world we live in. The false retrospective confusion to have you believing that something's going to happen when it never does, and you die brokenhearted. The images are deep down inside of us, but yet there's so much between that. This is how the system is created, to make sure that you strive for nothing, but you fail and fall for everything. There will be a day when this is not even important, and every act that we do will sustain the whole set of people in creational value. It will sustain all constantly. Let me tell you something. It's you that's looking for the receival because you're high off of that. And because you get something for what you do means nothing truly to you, because you'll do it over and over and over as long as you receive something. In this world, we will do greater things soon as you learn that you're great too. Soon as you put down the burdens and not carry what you don't have to. Let your image do the echoing through the universe without you saying a word. Strong and steadfast and firm. It's your choice by every little motion that you have every waking day to do something great without even looking for something in return. That's how we make everything turn around from how it is today. Build your karma credit. Get right with divine. Be the image of a new line. Let that story reign supreme. Let somebody else carry that. I remember when, and it felt good to see it. There's not enough of those today. This is why everybody feels so defeated. I got to get mine because this is all the chance we got. Well, you also have the opportunity to turn all of that around. It's only if you choose to stop. This is our world. This is where we were born. This is where your children are going to be born. You said you want the best for them. What does that look like to you? A world where you manipulated a spot? Or a world where you touched everybody with a level of deep love inside of you to where they remembered you with an uplift? That individual I love. How do you walk through life? Is it with a dap and a what's up, man, and a few curse words? A little bit of darkness here, a little bit of darkness there? What are you addicted to? You have to ask yourself these questions because we're trying to make the world a different place. And how will we do that if every time I turn my back, it's darkness over there? The respect and value, we even say you can't turn your back around here. You can't trust no one. But you're saying that though, and that vibration is being spoken. So that echoes through the water. So that means some of the water is tainted because this is what you believe. So does that truly mean you don't really want this to change for your offspring? Because you believe something, and what you believe is the image that you stand in, correct? I ain't saying nothing. I just know we're going to do greater things once we get this mathematical value down. Once you understand how to separate this from that, and you be the best part that's inside of you that's given by the divine, unmatched by anything. And it's not your perception of how you see, it's freeing yourself from your perception of how you see. You see? You make the decisions to do better, and then you become that next. It's going to be a lot of sacrifice with that, because best believe it's not going to just go quietly. It's not going to change quietly. It's not going to say, oh, yeah, we just going to let it happen. Oh, no. They're going to fight, stomp, tantrum, all on the ground, blow up shit. It's going to be crazy, because I need you to be a slave to the system. And you know what? We might not even be able to be here to see it change. But the image, the seed planted for that is the most important thing. We are the righteous seeds that can be that, planted deep. Planted deep. So when all else fails, that's what grows up, even if you don't see it. I ain't gonna make this long. I ain't trying to hold you. I'm just trying to show you something. Naga.
Monet, ayy. With the affirmations to enjoy your day with. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The netters are my battery. I got my discipline. My source comes from within. Root chakra grounded in the cosmos so infinite. Nagas through my veins. Currencies flow through ligaments. Another netta instrument. Manifest me dividends. I'm on my mastery. Self-doubt is blasphemy. I'm the God I ask for me. Connected to my astral dream. I summon other beings. All facets of me. Magician carve my meaning. My purpose is the alchemy. I am numero uno, Raishi on my mind, Lion's mane, big on sumo, Babalao aligned with Pluto. We kick back like judo, karma licks back from Pluto. Heart on a feather, that represents my new growth. Trusting me is crucial, the God in me a do show. I'm bigger than your economics, politics, and Google. My omnipresence is the true show, all the world is stage. Allow my authentic self to be the sage. Fumigating parasites all up in my space. Cause I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than indoctrinations. Naga's rising cavalry. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. I'm bigger than the situation. Nettas are my battery. I am who masters me. I embody mastery. Naga's rising cavalry. The nettas are my battery.